Sorry about that, Randy. Yeah, man, I don't know. I've been running late. Apologize about that. That is funny. What's going on, Randy? How's everything going? Oh man, I hope this video picks up today. What is going on? I got everything off. 29% CPU. Why is the CPU using so much? 37%. I might have to go. What's up, Angel Guard? What's going on, buddy? I'm hoping I got better video for you guys today. I don't know, man. I removed some stuff off my computer. I may have to switch to 720. My son said maybe my computer's a little dated. It is about 6 years old, 7 years old, so that might be a factor. No, my side is buffering. I don't know what has been going on. I mean, I definitely could probably use a new computer. My CPU is running at 38%. It shouldn't be running this slow, but my oldest son told me I should probably maybe do, instead of 1080p, maybe moving it to 720, and he said it'll definitely do a lot better. But I got everything off. I got all the Wi-Fi off. Still don't get it. Really weird. You guys hear me, but the video is still shaky again, right? As of the last few days. I don't know why I wasn't having this problem before. I don't know what's going on, but I think I might have to go to 720. Let me see if I can I can't change that now because I have everything laid out in a certain way. All right. Do you guys hear me? I mean, it seems like we're still having a video issue. Is everybody hearing me? I mean, I think that hasn't been a problem, the audio. I don't know why my usage is, well, my CPU usage 30 is jumps up from 37 to 42. I don't know if I have too many things open or not. What's up? How you doing, guys? What's up, Daryl Johnson? Video to the things. How could I improve it? What's up, Devin? Man, I seem to still have this video issue. I don't know. My CPU is running at 26, 27%. I shut down most of the Wi-Fi in the house. I told all the kids, my younger kids have phones with Wi-Fi, shut them down. Try to get a little bit more, I don't know. I took some stuff that starts up on my computer just to make things even fat. I have no idea what has happened in the last few days as far as my computer is concerned, because I was not having a video issue before. The only other option I have is on my OBS. I might have to switch it from 1080p video to 720 for the next live show, and maybe that will help. That will definitely should help, but well, Jasmine Thomas, Randy, had a pretty decent game. I mean, you know, I was on Jasmine, as you guys all know. I spoke about that yesterday. Well, anyway, I mean, if you guys can hear me, I'm going to go ahead. I still see the video is still buffing. I have no idea what's going on with that. But I definitely want to be able to chit-chat with you guys. What we have, there was a couple of changes in implied totals. The LA game went from 154 to 154.5. They had LA favored by 1.5 earlier. Now they have them favored by 2. It's going to be a great game. I look forward to that game. Then a Minnesota Las Vegas game started off the implied totals with 165 and 3.5 point favorite for Minnesota. That has tightened up considerably. Vegas has them now at 166 implied total as of a half hour ago, and Vegas favored now by 1. Wow. Vegas now favored by 1. So it's going to be really interesting. And like I said, going into this matchups here, like I always tell you, I share with you guys what the teams have been done as of late, because I really do believe that that's important. Coming out of these four teams here, the team that has been having the most difficulty in the front court with their opponents has been LA. They've been giving up 52 points per game to the forwards and centers over the last 4 games from an average of 47.8. So they definitely have had their issues there, but they've still been playing well enough to win games. Las Vegas comes in second at 50.8, and that's pretty much their average. So they're doing what their average on a regular basis. Minnesota, they're definitely been struggling. If you're looking at the team with the most struggles up front, Minnesota has been averaging 40.2 points per game during the course of the season, and in the last 4 or even as much as 5 games, they have slipped to 48.7 points per game. So they're giving up more than 8 points more a game to the front court. And Atlanta has the best over the course of the last 4 games, just giving up only 46.4 points per game from an average of 49. They have improved. And then on the guard side, Las Vegas, 37.7 is the weakest team coming in here, giving up the most points from an average of 34. Atlanta second. Atlanta is really at their average at 31.2. They averaged 31 during the course of the year, so they're not have not slipped in either direction. Minnesota has improved slightly by 2 points from their norm. They're 29.9, pretty much 30 points per game from an average of 32. And Las Vegas comes in here tonight as the best defense defending against guards over the last 4 games, only giving up 21.3 points per game from an average of 26.9. But I think today is going to be a tough day. It's going to be a tough day today for sure for Los Angeles in the backcourt. And then I look back. These teams played each other twice, and a very noticeable thing here is the the Atlanta-Los Angeles game. Los Angeles gave up 34 and 47 points to the backcourt in those 2 games, a total of 81, and they gave up more to the backcourt of Atlanta than they did to the front court. The front court got 28 in the first game and 47 in the second game. 28 in the first game and 34 in the second game, for a total of 62 total points against Las Vegas for Atlanta. And then Atlanta coughed up only 86 in the front court against Los Angeles in the 2 games and 57 points in the backcourt. So pretty much they are kind of balanced. They both had their struggles slightly, if you want to look at it that way, in the front court. And in the backcourt, they were kind of balanced, with Atlanta being a little bit better as far as defending against LA. I think it's going to be the same thing again. Even though LA has been really good defending guards as of late, Atlanta's tricky because Atlanta definitely, you're looking at Atlanta, and Atlanta, you got all these guards, which you don't know who you're going to get. You got Tiffany Hayes hands down in play, and then you got Sykes, you got Montgomery, and then now Bentley's been getting sufficient time and doing well. So, I mean, you got 4 girls there. Sykes usually plays the 3, but does play the guard spot time to time. It's going to be a tough task, man, for LA. They're coming off a back-to-back. So I think today I'm more leaning towards the Atlanta backcourt over LA. And I also like Atlanta's chances up front as well, with the front court package of McCautry, Miss Breland, and Miss Williams. Don't get me wrong, Candace Parker and Nneka Ogwumike will play well. I just don't think they're going to have a massive game today. Definitely, I am in favor of fading Parker today and maybe leaning towards getting a stud in the second game, in the Minnesota Las Vegas game, which you got fouls there. Maya Moore is definitely a good play. And then, of course, you have Asia Wilson, which will do well against Minnesota no matter what, because she's just so very athletic. So that's where I'm at as far as some of the plays here. Again, best plays for me today, to let you guys know. Like I said, the front court, I mean, as far as the 2 games, that's what I favor in the Atlanta-LA game. I think it's going to be a tight game. Again, I think LA has opportunities here to definitely win this game. It's going to be tough to beat Atlanta at home. They're playing so well. But again, these teams are playing for second place, so this is kind of like a playoff game. So I kind of like again, I've always been in favor of the Atlanta front court since the beginning of the year. I really told everyone that they were going to be pretty tough throughout the year, and they have been. And as you can see from the 2 games they have played, they have only given up 86 points total from the floor in the 2 games combined against LA. So and of course they come in, like I said, giving up only 46.4 points per game over the course of the last 4 games. So a little tough matchup for LA after a back-to-back. I'm leaning more towards McCautry and Jessica Breland, but I do think Nneka Ogwumike could be low owned today, and even possibly Candace Parker, simply because of the back-to-back and the matchup. I think I would fade Candace Parker, but again, she is definitely in play. I mean, we know that she's a stud. And then with the Atlanta backcourt, I just so many variables with the Atlanta backcourt, that I think they're gonna give LA a tough game today. So so I'm in favor of any of the Atlanta players. You just got to take your pick there. I would definitely go with Bentley, if anything. She's playing really well right now, and she's been a focal point on the offense as of late. But Tiffany Hayes obviously is the player that, you really want to. If you're going to go with her, anybody there in Atlanta, you definitely want to consider her. But at 7,700, she's not going to get you value at that price, because she's not someone who can get you 35, 40 on a regular basis. But she's good and solid for 28 to maybe as much as 30, 32, 33 fantasy points. My favorite play of the day is definitely Kayla McBride at guard. I love Kayla McBride here, and I love Kelsey Plum. They both have had their way against Minnesota. In the 2 games against Minnesota, Las Vegas backcourt put up 106 points. I mean, and that's between pretty much most of the points coming out of Kayla McBride, of course, and Kelsey Plum. And Kelsey Plum has really been playing really well as of late. And remember, she is a former #1 pick, and she was also a top scoring player in college. So she knows how to score. All right. I think that's definitely hands down a great matchup for McBride and Plum. And if you're going to fade McBride so you could use Asia Wilson, I think that's the right thing to do. And if you could stick in Kelsey Plum in the backcourt, you can definitely, I think that will be a good strategy to use. In the backcourt of the second game, as far as Kelsey Plum and McBride, I've never been fond of any of the Minnesota players. But if you're going to play anybody, maybe Danielle Robinson, simply because of the athleticism that she brings to the court. So she played well in her last game. She has not played well or played many minutes against Las Vegas in the 2 previous outings, but maybe because of her last outing, and knowing that she is someone that they could, because remember, Minnesota is not a high-paced team. Las Vegas likes to bring the pace. Minnesota likes to definitely play that half-court game, but Danielle Robinson is probably the only one that can actually keep up with this pace and maybe neutralize a few things. So I like her there. It's the same thing with the LA game. Atlanta likes to have pace. LA likes to slow it down a little bit. So I think that's where Elena Beard is a good play, because Elena Beard is a good defender. She could probably neutralize some of that pace game that Atlanta likes to bring. But I just think it's just so many with Montgomery, Sykes. You just never know. Bentley. They're very, very nice, those girls, including Hayes. They don't have tremendous upside, but you just don't know whom is going to come off. You don't know who's going to have the good game. And they usually, most of these teams in the WNBA, play a certain player, and if they're playing well, they're going to keep them on the court and they're going to ride them. So that's something to be aware of into this actual slate. And then the forwards in the Minnesota-Las Vegas game, obviously Fowles, Wilson, and Moore are all in play. I think Moore obviously is the better play. She takes 16, 17 shots a game. She takes massive shots. And I like the fact, let me just get that up here. Maya Moore takes, about 16 shots a game, and she shoots about 41% from the floor. So, she is definitely a fantastic play. And I like Asia Wilson here, more simply because of that. She is more athletic. She's younger. Sylvia Fowles, not a bad play. She did come off her, she was in a funk there for a couple of games due to all the defense she's getting. They're probably going to do the same thing again. It's the right thing to do, is to definitely put her under pressure, because she definitely is a fouler, and she's definitely someone that can turn over the ball. Asia Wilson is not that big of a turnover-prone person. She actually shoots the ball well from almost anywhere on the court, and she shoots the free throw better than Sylvia Fowles as far as percentage is concerned. So I like her that she's more athletic. She will probably give her a little bit of trouble there. Not only that, Carolyn Swords is going to play and more than likely going to take the brunt of the work against Sylvia. But again, I give the advantage to Sylvia there. I think she's definitely a little more athletic and a little stronger than Carolyn Swords. But I like the matchup here as far as Wilson and Moore. I think them two, if you even combine them, and this is a good game to stack, guys. This game and the other game, you can do game stacks. I looked at them, and I really think you can, and you can actually mix and match and be able to get 3 solid plays from each game if you wanted to go that route. But just remember, if you are doing multiple lineups, make sure if you're doing a game stack, make sure you reverse that stack as well. So let's say if you're favoring 3 or 4 Las Vegas players over 2 players from Minnesota in a 6-player stack, then I would think you should definitely make another lineup in favor 4 Minnesota players with maybe the 2 Las Vegas players, or if it's 3-3-2, you do 3-2 stack of the actual game stack. So reverse it so you could cover yourself. I don't play as many lineups simply because I'm just getting ready for the NFL, and I've really have had a tough stretch here with the WNBA. But it's also more so because I'm not leveraging, doing a lot of lines. But nonetheless, I still analyze. I still do play a couple of games a night and try to give it a shot. Down here in the bottom half, remember we had the same discussion the other day on the live stream regarding Minnesota without no Rebecca Brunson. You're wondering who's going to come off, Zaldensini, Van Bentley, or Larkins. Anything can go again. Is another pick 'em. You never know what's going to happen. They did have Cecilia play, and she played fairly well the other day. And maybe she's the one to favor today, but chances are she's going to be probably a little bit higher owned today because of what she did the other day. So maybe you can consider Van Bentley or even Larkins. And who knows, depending on... And looking at the matchups, if they're looking for a shooter, definitely Cecilia is the best play for them. But if they're looking for somebody to help with the rebounding and all that, then Larkins and Fag Bentley will probably be the better bet. So considering that they're strong up front with fouls and more, and they basically maybe need another rebounder if they wish to, because Hamby is a rebounder. She rebounds, but she don't rebound a whole lot. Carolyn Swords averages about 4 or 5 rebounds a night. So, I mean, the rebounding is going to come out of Miss Young, who usually plays 3, Tamara Young, which what I didn't even discuss. So she's in the front court with these girls. So that makes it a little bit more athletic for Las Vegas with Young, Wilson, and then maybe Carolyn Swords, and then bringing in Hamby off the bench. So Zaldensini, Fed Bentley, and Larkins are all in play. It's a matter of who comes off. Take your choice. If you want the shooter, Cecilia will be the best choice. If you want somebody who's going to bang, get some rebounds, maybe even get a couple of steals, then Fed Bentley and Larkins will probably be good plays underneath. I think they're not going to be highly owned. I think if any one of these 3 is going to be highly owned, it's probably going to be Cecilia, just because she played so well the other day. So, and then on the bottom half here, I don't see anybody else. I mean, this is a game here that if you're not willing to pay up for the studs, then I'm not too much in favor of the players down here in the bottom, because you just don't know what's going to happen with Minnesota. Okay? And that's pretty much where I'm at. All right. Carson or Beard? I like Beard in the matchup against Atlanta today, simply because what she brings to the table. She's very athletic, a lot of energy, and I guess she's going to need that against this team, because like I said before, with the guards of Atlanta, I mean, none of them is really going to go out there and smash, big stat lines, but they utilize them well. Sykes, as well as Bentley, as well as Montgomery, they get each. I think they pretty much combined to do about anything between 14 to 16, 17 minutes. Some of them get almost 20 minutes. Let's take a look over here. Yeah, Tiffany Hayes gets about 28 minutes, and then after that, Sykes gets 20, Bentley gets 20, 21. Yeah, they get a lot of massive minutes, so they really rotate these guards, and they utilize them all. Montgomery's averaging 20, almost 27 minutes per game, Sykes 20, and then you have, Tiffany Hayes at about 28. So it's going to be tough for LA, man, to match up like that, but this is where I think Elena Beard will definitely be one of the better plays down here. Maybe even Ms. Williams as well. But Elena is a better defender, and she could put up a few points, but I think that what I like is that she rebounds, she can create some steals, creates havoc in general, and that defensively does help them, try to neutralize Atlanta, who really likes to get the pace up. LA in a back-to-back, yeah, but remember, LA is true. I mean, I'm going in as the coach of the team. I want to win this game.